Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you for listening to my little noodle there. I've got a little concept for today, and that is intention. Intention. What does that mean to us as guitarists? And you know what? I don't know. But I can tell you what it means to me. And really, it's a way of bringing together some of the things we've thought about. Knowing some simple chords, knowing your scales, knowing some of your triad shapes, even if it's just a couple, they can really add depth to what you're playing. Listening, which is something we've talked about briefly, but not a great deal, but really listening closely to what's going on behind. And then the biggie for me, if I was to search for a definition, is someone who plays with intention makes it sound like it was meant to be there, like the notes they placed were supposed to be there, and that's how it should sound. Just sounds right. And that's what we're all striving for, really. If you find yourself playing solos that sound more like, you're just kind of shredding up and down, then you probably are not playing with very much intention. You're probably just regurgitating things that your fingers can do, rather than connecting to what the music is that is inside you. Now that sounds a little bit spiritual, but that's what you've got to do. You've got to connect to the note you feel should come next in your musical brain, not in the kind of motor-driven brain that makes fingers move around and remembers patterns and scales. You need the patterns and scales, but they're to give you a structure to eventually express yourself. Wow, there we go. How deep is that? So, apart from the mechanics of triads, of knowing some scales, and of really closely trying to relate to the chords that are going on in the background, there's a lot of important skills that are musical, but also are to do with kind of your attitude to playing music. And a really important one is to leave space, because that makes it sound more intentional. I think there's been a video on this somewhere, a phrasing one that seemed to do okay back in the day. Excuse me. So leaving space gives someone a chance to think about what you just said if you're speaking. And it's the same with music. If I play something and I seem like I'm rushing to the next thing, there's no time for anyone to digest what's been played and to understand what's going on and how the last little passage played works with the music, how it affects and interacts with the next or the last passage played, and there's no real level of storytelling going on, and that's what I always feel great people who play really great solos are doing in some way. So that space has an enormous amount of meaning to me, and it's about letting the phrasing breathe. There we go. I read that because I thought I better get that one in. So yeah, it's just time to digest something. If you were, painting a picture and it was all wild colours and strong lines and really busy and lots of information, you'd probably be doing quite an avant-garde piece of art, and it might be something that isn't very accessible to everyone because it would be kind of just too dialed up and too intense. And that's the way a lot of really fast twiddly guitar playing sounds to most people. Someone once said it sounds like Morse code. I can completely agree with that because that's what it sounds like to me, and I love playing guitar and hearing guitar. So you want to do something accessible, something people can hear and relate to. Another really important part of that is being thematic, and I was trying to do that a little bit in my solo at the beginning, just to try to be finding little chunks of melody that I can change, maybe subtly, just to move a note or change a note or elongate one from, as I repeat it, and then I can kind of explore that before I move on to something else. Okay, that's lots of talking. Let me get rid of these beads. So how can we apply this to our playing today? Well, I've got a really easy little chord progression. It's probably going to prompt another video. It's C major 7 and F major 7, and I just realised that I didn't cover those chords, so those are probably going to pop up in something maybe later this week or next. So I'll stick those down for you. But you could play them really simply with one shape, just for the purposes of following this in this way. So I'll go 3rd fret, 5th string, 5th fret on the 4th string, that's my 3rd finger, 2nd finger on string 3, fret 4, and then little finger on string 2, fret 5. So I've got, that's my C major 7, I move it up 5 frets, I've got an F major 7, exact same shape. Okay, so just that one shape will cover you for both of these. We'll go back into this in more detail and think about how those chords are made. maybe on the video after this. Okay, so that's my background, my harmony. What am I going to play notes wise? Well, the simplest thing to think about is my A minor pentatonic scale. If I can finish that on a C note and begin it on a C note, right? It's the 2nd note of the scale, then I am going to get a C major pentatonic scale. And if I couple that with the 2nd position of the minor pentatonic, which from the top goes 10, 8, 10, 8, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 8, which is the same notes, just in a different place. Then I've got some extra places that I can go to with my fingers when I'm wandering around this little exploring this little pattern. Now, I did go to lots of other different areas on the guitar during that beginning solo. I'm just trying to show you the way I would approach it, I suppose, and then hopefully together we can put these pieces together so you can do something like that. And if you can do something like that already, then please come and teach me. I would love to know how you do it. Let's try it again. I'm going to try and hit the play button on this little looper device, and we'll see if we can talk through what I'm playing and how it could have, relate to the chords behind, and see if you can spot where I'm trying to leave space maybe and things like that. So we'll probably finish off with this. But thank you for listening. Thank you for liking and subscribing. A couple more people did it. It made my little heart happy, even though apparently I need more hours or something, but we're not going to stress about that. We're just here for the ride. So that's my C major 7. That's my F major 7. So right away here, going across this fret, I've got a chunk of my scale and a chunk of my chord. Now it's not the major 7th, it's just a major triad. So that's an interesting thing, I could maybe use that. Trying to develop a little idea there. Coming back to my root note on the C. stops. There's a video about them coming up. Cool. Thank you very much for listening again, and I hope you got something out of that. So, as I said, it's really about bringing together all these techniques. We've got the triads, we've got the scale, we're listening closely, and we're leaving space and trying to make it sound like we meant it. And if you can keep that in mind, I feel like you're a big long step of the way there. And one more tiny pearl of wisdom: try and play something that you could whistle, that you could remember and whistle. That's another thing I remember from very early on. I can't remember which player said that, but totally agree. Thank you very much for hanging out, and I will see you soon.